What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to another episode of Decaf, the series that I upload here on the YouTube channel as well as on Anchor.fm every single Wednesday, where I talk about something from the perspective of somebody on the back end of content creation, the YouTuber's perspective, the streamer's perspective, whatever you want to call it. That's what this is. And as per usual, I'm not a professional. You know, it's not something that I do as a full-time job. It's just something I've been doing for a while, something I've seen some success with, and I think that I have a couple of, insightful insights to share with you guys, and I thought they were worth putting in video form. Maybe they aren't. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I've really enjoyed doing this series. I think that I'm going to keep it going, as long as I can keep these kind of ideas coming. But today, we're going to be talking about an article that I wrote earlier in the week and kind of fleshing out some of those ideas more in a video format. And that article was on the Innovator Era, which is something that I see happening on Twitch and something that I thought I would talk about here with you guys today. So what is the Innovator Era? Essentially, it kind of stems from the idea that because of the introduction of Battle Royale to the streaming scene, a huge amount of people have begun coming over to Twitch.tv to start watching various kinds of Battle Royale content, whether it be Fortnite, which is number one, whether it be PUBG, which is number two, whether it be something like Rings of Elysium or H1Z1, whatever it may be. There has been a huge influx of people that have come over to Twitch to watch those kinds of shows, of streams, whatever it may be. Everybody wants to watch Battle Royale, and so with that, people have been inspired to begin making content, mainly Fortnite content. As you've seen, there has been a huge swath of Fortnite streamers that have infected Twitch and the various streaming platforms over the course of the past year. It has been amazing to see how many people have adopted that game and brought it into their gaming library, and how many careers have begun to flourish because of Fortnite. But it's been amazing to see how many people have been streaming regularly and not getting any kind of recognition, because essentially there are, thousands upon thousands of people that are out there streaming games like Fortnite, like PUBG, and unfortunately, that's what the majority of people want to play right now. Everybody is in love with Fortnite, everybody is in love with PUBG. If you were to ask 7 out of 10 streamers what game they want to play right now, it's probably going to be Fortnite, just because it is that dang popular. The unfortunate circumstance here is that whenever you're playing something that everyone else is playing, no one focuses on you. You have no kind of identifier that really makes you stick out from the crowd, so no one's going to watch you as compared to somebody like Lyric if he's playing Fortnite, like Tim the Tabman if he's playing Fortnite, like Dr. Lupo or Ninja or any of these big streamers. No one's going to be watching you, unfortunately, if you're just a small streamer with 4 viewers playing Fortnite. It's just one of those situations where it's kind of a complex thing. That is not to say that you can't have success playing the biggest games. If you have the personality, if you have what it takes to be a truly entertaining individual, then you can make do with whatever game you're playing, and it's just kind of a side, and you are the star of the show. But that brings me to the Innovator Era. That's the idea, is that you bring something to the table. Right now, Twitch is shifting. There are a ton of people that are doing what every other gaming streamer is doing right now. You're going to be seeing people that are reenacting almost what they're seeing with Tim, what they're seeing with Dr. Disrespect. They're going to be reenacting that entire standard streaming setup where you've got a webcam or a camera, you've got a mic, you've got a game, and you simply sit there and play the game and have conversations. That is the bread and butter of Twitch, and it always will be. That is the bread and butter of live streaming, and it always will be. But the people that are going to begin rising to the top, the people that are going to begin to make a name for themselves on Twitch, are going to be those that are innovating in the area and pushing the platform past its limits, pushing the boundaries that have been set up because of the fact that gaming streams have become the norm on Twitch. With the implementation of the IRL section a couple of years ago, we've seen a lot of people branching out and trying new things. I've started a new show called Fully Wired, which is essentially a variety show that I host on 3 days of the week, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at twitch.tv/fullywired. It's one of those things where it's not going to be getting as much viewership right off the bat as a traditional stream normally would. It's not going to be getting as many hours of your day as a traditional stream normally would. I can only talk for so long about certain subjects. But what it is something that is different. It's something that not many other people are doing. It's kind of a mixture between an actual TV show and a podcast and just having a good time and chat. It's a weird thing that I came up with, but it's something that is unique. On top of that, you have a guy that I wrote about in the article, Mr. Impact, otherwise known as twitch.tv/impactwoodwork, the host of that channel. If you want to check his content out, he literally does woodworking projects live on stream. He made a desk for Professor Broman. He makes desks in general, but but he also does other woodworking projects and things like that. But no one else is doing that. That's one of those things where he has a talent and he has a passion. And he brings that to the table, no pun intended, and he shows it off and he does his own thing. And he has brought in an audience that has, discovered this content and chosen to watch him as compared to a gaming stream or something because it's interesting. It's something that's different. And now he has made a name for himself. He's made his mark on the platform. And that's what the real goal should be for everybody. Run your stream the way you want to run your stream. Do your own kind of thing. Like I said, take what I have to say with a grain of salt. But the innovators right now, the ones that are pushing the platform to its limits, the ones that are really trying to innovate in terms of content creation, are going to be the ones that pave the way for the next generation of content creators. Because right now, what we're seeing is what is remaining of that original generation of YouTubers. What is remaining of those that began this entire movement. Whenever you had the Call of Duty montage guys, whenever you had the people that were playing Battlefield or whatever regularly, whenever you had all these videos that came out between 2007 and 2012 or so, right before Twitch became a big thing, that is what we're seeing kind of echo right now. And so as time goes on, live streaming is going to become more and more of a mainstream kind of go-to form of content creation. And so those that really push the envelope right now, those that really try new ideas, are going to be the ones that establish what is popular in the next 5 to 10 years. Make no mistake, I'm not saying that gaming is going to be fading. I'm not saying that the traditional stream with a webcam and a game and a keyboard and mouse are going to be going anywhere anytime soon. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's going to be the bread and butter, like I said, of live streaming for the foreseeable future. But it's the new ideas. It's the taste testing almost of seeing what works and what doesn't, of what's good and what isn't, that is going to really be effective in the long run and change the game and really switch things up. And I think it's something that you should consider if you're a smaller streamer, if you're somebody who has an idea, or if you're somebody who has been, impacted by those that are streaming right now and you feel compelled to spend your summer trying to make something out of streaming. Really sit down, and even if it's on a physical piece of paper, make a list of what you bring to the table. Make a list of what is specifically you, that no one else has. What kind of assets do you have that you can implement to really make content that no one else is able to create? And take that into account and really try to implement those things in your stream and make yourself stand out from whoever else is making content. Don't try and be the number one guy. Become the new number one guy. You see what I'm saying? If you play guitar, consider doing guitar streams. If you sing, if you have any kind of talent whatsoever, art-wise, music-wise, woodworking-wise, whatever it may be, you have something that not everybody has. So if you have anything that is unique, you need to play it up and really take advantage of that. The one thing that I have going for me is the fact that I can talk for an extended period of time in a pretty interesting way that people tend to listen, and everybody's like, hey, you sound cool. Well, that's about it. My gameplay is not great. My other parts of my stream are okay, but what it comes down to is that I'm really good at hosting, I'm really good at talking, and I'm really good at having conversations, and so that's what I've kind of centered my content around. But you might have something different. Just take time to focus on figuring out what that may be, and I promise you will not regret it in the long run, and you will see a much more sustainable level of success, a much more higher level of success than you would otherwise. So best of luck if you are trying that. But that's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode of Decaf. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, drop me a like down below if you don't mind, and leave a comment letting me know what you think about the Innovator Era. Do you think I'm full of it, or do you think it's actually something that is in fact happening? And on top of that, if you are listening on podcast services, by all means, rate the podcast, drop me a favorite if you're listening on Anchor.fm, or if you are over there, drop me some applause or whatever you want to do if you feel like I deserve it. But I will talk to you guys soon. Have a fantastic day. Peace.